The town of Eldridge held its breath. It was a place where everyone knew each other, where the rhythm of life was slow and steady, and where the smallest changes were felt deeply by all. Nestled between whispering willows and a babbling brook, Clara's cottage stood serene. It was a picturesque little home, with ivy creeping up its stone walls and flowers blooming in every corner of the garden. Clara was known for her kindness. Her smile could light up the darkest of days, and her gentle words had a way of soothing troubled hearts. She baked bread for the lonely and mended clothes for the needy. Her hands were always busy, creating warmth and comfort for those around her. Her heart was as big as the sky, her laughter like music in the air. Clara's joy was infectious, spreading like wildfire through the town, lifting spirits and bringing smiles to faces. Her life was simple, her spirit bright. She found contentment in the everyday moments, in the simple pleasures that life had to offer. She was the heart of Eldridge, its very soul. The townspeople looked up to her, drawing strength and inspiration from her unwavering positivity and boundless generosity. Clara found joy in the smallest things, the sunrise painting the sky, casting a golden glow over the town, signaling the start of a new day filled with possibilities. The dew-kissed roses in her garden, each petal a testament to the beauty of nature and the care she put into nurturing her plants. The sound of rain on her windowpane, a soothing melody that brought a sense of calm and tranquility to her home. She had a warmth about her, an aura of peace that drew people in. Her presence was like a comforting embrace, making everyone feel at home. Her door was always open, a pot of tea simmering on the stove. Clara believed in the power of hospitality, in the simple act of sharing a cup of tea and a conversation. She believed in the goodness of people, in the power of love. Her actions spoke louder than words, showing that kindness could change the world, one small act at a time. She was Eldridge's beacon of hope, its guiding light. In a world that could often be harsh and unforgiving, Clara was a reminder that there was still beauty, still kindness, still love to be found. Thomas came to Eldridge like a summer storm, sudden and intense. His arrival was unexpected, a force of nature that disrupted the quiet rhythm of the town. The townsfolk watched with curiosity as he made his way through the cobblestone streets, his presence commanding attention. He was a blacksmith, strong and silent, with eyes as blue as the sea. His hands, rough and calloused from years of labor, crafted metal with a precision that spoke of both strength and gentleness. Those eyes, deep and piercing, seemed to hold secrets of the ocean's depths. Clara was drawn to him, her heart fluttering like a hummingbird's wings. She had never met anyone like Thomas, and his quiet strength captivated her. Every glance he cast her way sent shivers down her spine, and she found herself daydreaming about him more often than not. Their love blossomed under the Eldridge sun, a shared glance, a touch of hands, a whispered promise. They spent their days exploring the fields and meadows, finding joy in the simple moments. Each touch, each smile, was a testament to the bond they were building, a bond that seemed unbreakable. They were the envy of the town, their love a tale whispered on the wind. Eldridge had never seen a love so pure, so intense. The townspeople watched with admiration, their own hearts warmed by the sight of Thomas and Clara together. Their story became a beacon of hope and romance. But the seasons changed, and so did Thomas. As autumn leaves fell and winter's chill set in, a change came over him. The once vibrant man began to withdraw, his laughter fading like the summer sun. Clara noticed the shift, but she couldn't understand what was causing it. He grew distant, his gaze far away. It was as if he was looking at something only he could see, something beyond the horizon. The warmth in his eyes, once so inviting, now seemed to be replaced by a cold, unreachable distance. The warmth in his eyes seemed to dim, replaced by a shadow Clara couldn't quite place. She tried to reach him, to understand what was troubling him, but he remained closed off. Her concern grew with each passing day, her heart aching for the man she loved. Whispers began to circulate in the once peaceful town. The townsfolk, who once admired their love, now spoke in hushed tones about the change in Thomas. Rumors spread like wildfire, each one more troubling than the last. They spoke of a darkness in Thomas's past, a secret he was hiding. Some said he had fled from something terrible, Others believed he was haunted by his own demons. The mystery only deepened the town's curiosity and concern. Clara, blinded by love, refused to listen. She defended Thomas fiercely, believing in the goodness she saw in him. Her love for him was unwavering, and she clung to the hope that he would return to the man she knew. She clung to the memory of the man she fell in love with, the man who was slowly slipping away. Each day she held on to the moments they had shared, the promises they had made. Her heart ached with the fear of losing him, but her love remained steadfast, a beacon in the growing darkness. Clara confronted Thomas one stormy night. The wind howled outside, mirroring the turmoil in her heart. She begged him to tell her what was wrong, to let her share his burden, but Thomas remained silent, his face a mask of pain. Finally, he confessed. He had made promises elsewhere, vows he could not break. He had to leave Eldridge, leave Clara, and the life they had built together. Clara's world shattered. The pain was unbearable, a physical ache that stole her breath. She felt betrayed, abandoned, utterly alone. The love she had so freely given had been tossed aside like a withered flower. Her heart, once so full of light, was now shrouded in darkness. Clara withdrew from the world, retreating into the shadows of her once lively home. The laughter that once filled her cottage was replaced by a deafening silence, a void that echoed through the empty rooms. She wandered through the days like a ghost, her eyes vacant, her steps heavy, as if the weight of her sorrow was too much to bear. The townsfolk, their hearts heavy with pity, watched from a distance, unsure of how to reach out to her. They left baskets of food on her doorstep, whispered words of comfort through her closed door, hoping to break through her wall of grief. But Clara remained lost in her grief, a prisoner in her own despair, unable to see the light that tried to seep through the cracks. The once vibrant colors of her world faded to shades of gray, the joy and warmth drained away. The songs of birds grated on her ears, a cruel reminder of the life that continued outside her window. The scent of roses in her garden brought only a bitter reminder of a love lost, a love that once made her heart sing. She saw no point in living, no solace in existence, as if the world had turned its back on her. Her pain was an endless ocean, and she was drowning, unable to find the shore, lost in the depths of her sorrow. Each night she sat by the fireplace, staring into the flames, searching for answers that never came. The moonlight cast long shadows, and in those shadows Clara found a strange comfort, a companion in her solitude. She held onto a locket, a photograph inside, a memory of happier times, a reminder of what she had lost. Yet with each sunrise there was a glimmer of hope, a faint whisper that maybe, just maybe, she could find her way back to the light. Section 5. Shadows in the Night. Then came the whispers. Strange occurrences plagued Eldridge. Unexplained noises echoed through the night. Objects moved on their own. Shadows danced in the flickering lamplight. Some dismissed it as grief-stricken imaginations, the townsfolk's guilt manifesting in eerie ways. But others whispered of Clara, of her restless spirit seeking solace. Lights flickered in the dead of night, only to return to normal as quickly as they had changed. Doors creaked open, seemingly on their own. Whispers of Clara's name seemed to drift on the wind, carried on the breeze. Fear began to grip the town, replacing the pity they once felt with a chilling dread. Section 6. The Price of Betrayal. Those who had whispered against Clara, who had doubted her love for Thomas, suffered the most. They were plagued by nightmares, their sleep haunted by visions of Clara's sorrowful eyes. Accidents befell them. Misfortunes followed them like a curse. Their livestock fell ill, their crops withered. The town held its breath, waiting, wondering who would be next. One by one, they went to Clara's cottage, laying offerings on her doorstep. They begged for forgiveness, pleaded for the torment to end. But the strange occurrences continued, the eerie whispers echoing through the night. It seemed Clara's spirit would not be appeased, her pain lingering like a suffocating fog. Section 7. A Prayer for Peace. Father Donovan, a man of God and a pillar of the community, knew what he had to do. He announced a town gathering at the church, his voice trembling with a mixture of sorrow and resolve. He spoke of Clara's kind heart, of the love she had for Eldridge, and the pain she must be enduring. He proposed a proper farewell, a ceremony of forgiveness, a chance to lay her spirit to rest. He urged them to remember the good in Clara, the light she brought into their lives. He asked them to release their fears, their guilt, and their pain. He promised to guide them, to help them seek forgiveness from the one they had wronged in life and death. Section 8. The Light of Forgiveness. The townsfolk gathered at Clara's cottage. They came bearing candles, their flickering flames a symbol of hope against the encroaching darkness. They spoke of her kindness, her laughter, the way she made each of them feel special. Tears flowed freely, washing away the fear and guilt that had taken root. They sang hymns, their voices blending in a mournful yet hopeful melody. They offered apologies to the empty cottage, to the spirit they believed lingered there. As the last notes faded into the night, a sense of peace settled over Eldridge. The wind seemed to sigh, carrying with it a whisper of forgiveness. The eerie occurrences ceased, the shadows retreating with the coming of dawn. Clara's spirit, finally appeased, found rest. Section 9. A Legacy Remembered. The tragedy of Clara became a tale whispered through generations of Eldridge residents. It served as a reminder of the power of compassion, the importance of forgiveness, and the devastating consequences of betrayal. Though Clara was gone, her memory lived on, a beacon of light guiding them towards kindness and understanding. Each year on the anniversary of her passing, the townsfolk gathered at her grave. They left flowers, whispered prayers, and shared stories of her kindness. Though her life was cut short, Clara's legacy of love and forgiveness continued to bloom in the hearts of the people of Eldridge. She was a reminder that even in death, compassion could conquer darkness.